Hi, Gemini. This is Mary with Sayre, Seer. I want to celebrate our birthdays. Today is my birthday, June 2nd, 2020, of course. And so happy birthday. I want to give us a special reading. And this is for June 1st through the 15th, give or take. You know how time is kind of fluid. And I want to thank you for stopping by. I have links to Etsy, Poshmark, my own website, Magazine. Do I have any other ones? I don't know. There's Pinterest. I have Pinterest too, but Facebook. I think I have Instagram in there also. Excuse me. So if you are in the market for a gift or a reading, please consider me. We all need to support each other. We don't have to, but we should. you know. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So, it's the honor of the Gemini, the honor of our birthdays, honor of our yearly return, honor of the truth coming out, honor of the North Node in Gemini, and things being revealed. And man, there's a lot of stuff, right? I want you to know that I spared no expense with this headdress here from the dollar store. It was $1. Anyway. I don't want to say very much about what's going on because it depends on what level we're at. Everything is layered. So I find that if people, the readers and stuff, put their opinions in, I don't like that. So I'm going to say this about it, okay? Nothing is really as it appears to be. And so it's up to us to find the truth. That's what the North Node in Gemini is all about. That's what a Gemini is all about, right? Is finding out the truth. So, and the truth to people means different things to different people. So, most important thing we can consider doing, in my opinion, only my opinion, is to find out what the truth means to us. And look at why somebody may be trying to push their opinion on us. That's it. That's all I got. Okay, from there, let's celebrate. Okay, let's start with, we're just going to throw out some cards and see what spirit or your own guides or your higher self has to say to you. Okay, well, Ace of Wands, this is rebirth. This is a new start. A new start, a new life, a new passion, new love. Could be new love, new passionate love. New passion, period. Could be a child, a birth of a child. It's a flame. It's a reigniting of the flame. That's great. That's a good birthday thing. A good birthday wish, a good birthday card. Okay, Two of Swords. So, Two of Swords reverse is where one was confused in the past, there is no longer confusion. Whether or not we can see what we wanted to see or see everything. Decisions still need to be made, and they were made, right? Decisions were made. Sometimes that's just the way it is. You have to feel it out because you're blinded by where the truth is, right? You're blinded by what the right decision is. So you have to feel it out. There's no choice but to trust a certain amount of intuition. Yep. And you know what that does? That really, excuse me, that really brings, it sparks, it sparks a different part of you. It ignites a different part of you. It ignites that part of you. It's where you start speaking with your own spirit, because your spirit knows much more than we know. Our thoughts, our circular thinking, our rational thoughts, it has to be balanced with something else. Gemini, twins, right? Okay, Ten of Swords. This is the end of a vicious, brutal cycle. A cycle of people, us being somewhere long enough to be stabbed and hurt over and over. And a lot of that is our own thoughts. Keep in mind, it's not only the outside, but when we get the Ten of Swords, swords are about thoughts and about words and about information. What information could we be getting that is hurting us over and over again. And why are we still looking at that information without resolving it, without finding out what is really happening? And that could mean so many levels, right? Whatever this is the end of the cycle. What does that mean to us? Because it's all different in everybody's story. Oh, this was reversed. I'm going to put it back the way it came out. So sorry about that. So the Eight of Wands, but okay, so let's go back. Sorry. This is finally seeing the truth about, I don't know, about the lies, about the betrayal, about the pain inflicted by others, right? The pain that we have. It's like us taking in misinformation, taking in the betrayal and allowing it to a certain extent because we didn't know. But now things have been, we're starting to feel that out, even though maybe we don't understand why. And sometimes we may never understand why. That's the thing. We may never understand why, but we have to accept what we can see, what we can feel, what it appears to be. And I'm hearing this, leave behind well, why would somebody do that? How can we know that? All we can do is take what we see, what we feel, and not rationalize someone else's behavior. You look at it from an outsider without the emotional charge, and how does it look? That's it. Otherwise, you have bias. It's taking an objective view. And some people call this, by looking at things from different perspectives, that's more of like a 5D way of looking at things. That's what people say. I don't know if that's true. But I know that when I look at things from different perspectives, I have more peace because it's not all one side. It's not all my side. And when I look at things from a different perspective too, I take my emotions out of it and I start to see where I need to improve, period. There's always places of improvement. It doesn't mean anybody else's actions are okay, but it's coming back to what can I do? How can I react? What should I, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Eight of Wands. So this is communication and swift movement. And it's the wands again. It's something we're passionate about. What are you passionate about? What have you found new passion for? I think, let's just keep going. It's not about what I think. Okay, strength. Strength to see the truth, right? Strength to stand up. Strength to really work through whatever it is going on in your life. Whether it's in the microism, sorry, I'm butchering that, or on the inside, micro or macro, inside or the worldview. It's all a reflection of how we feel. Once we can get our emotions balanced, we can see things clearly, everything more clearly. Coming to a place of having the strength to say, wait a minute, what's really going on here? What is really going on here? Because nothing is as it appears to be. See? Nothing is as it appears to be. So once we realize that, and we're not caught here, we flip this and we go, okay, decisions need to be made. Where am I going to sit? Am I going to sit in this anxiety? Am I going to sit being blinded? Or am I going to reach out to maybe other ways of finding information, understanding things, so I can, it is really about not taking any more daggers in our backs, right? It really is. What do we need to do that? And the Ace of Wands is about passion, but it's not about fighting. Ascension and growing and changing things is not about fighting. It's about knowledge and empowerment. So, bottom of the deck here, I have the Six of Pentacles. It's about reciprocity, giving and taking. So if we're not getting Let me just find the right way to say this. If we don't feel like we're receiving what we should, then we have a choice whether to give to that, right? Okay. So because this is upright, that means that we're sorting all that out. And this is great. It is reciprocity. We have these hands down here asking for pentacles, but there's plenty of pentacles. It's up to us what we want to give to. It's up to us what we want to feed. Whatever we want to feed, there will be balance and we will be rewarded. Whatever we feed, whether it's dark or light, whether it's fear or empowerment. Okay? So we're going to go to the angels and ancestors now. You know, when I used to have my birthdays, I used to feel like, I used to look at what I've accomplished and felt like I didn't do enough. And I stopped doing that a little while ago because I was taking away my own power. I was letting outside, I was letting the outside and people's opinions affect how I felt about myself. And I refuse to do that anymore. That's how we change fear to self-empowerment, or feeling guilty to self-empowerment. You know, shame. Why should we be ashamed if we're doing the best we can? If we're not doing the best we can, then we have a choice to look at it and make a decision. That's what learning is about. All right. So, my goodness, I had the Good Tarot instead. I guess we're going to get a couple cards from the Good Tarot because Four of Air. So this is rest. Rest, being away from people to rest and heal. So I guess that's where the messages from the angels and ancestors are going to come through the Good Tarot. Interesting. Sometimes the mistakes aren't mistakes. Okay, so we need to rest and heal. Okay, heal. This could be rehab. It could just be being at home and just trying to heal. Okay, because a lot of us have, our businesses have been affected, our livelihood, our lives, our relationships, everything has, right? Some people have been hurt physically because of everything that's going on. And I do have a lot of prayers for all of us. And so, in the healing, there's a reflection of things not being reciprocal, right? There's a reflection of us not feeling protected, feeling taken advantage of. And you know what? I think that's true. And you can see how you feel about that. But I think we're also getting verification from our angels and ancestors that is true. So if it feels that way, it's true. There's always, even in our darkest moments of how we feel, there's always truth in that. So if somebody says to you, and these messages are for individual people specifically. It could be multiple people or the same person, depends, but it doesn't matter what somebody tells you. If you're too sensitive, you're too whatever, you think too much. You came here a certain way for a reason. And don't let anybody take away your power, because that's just ridiculous. Don't be ashamed of who you are. It's time to shine, Gemini. It's time. If not now, when? When? Celebrate. Yes. And why would somebody be trying to tell you you're not this, or you're not that, or you should this, you should that? Who are they? What are they doing? It's really important to always look at things like that. High Priestess reversed. Somebody has not been listening to their intuition. They've been blindsided about what happened by this unfairness, right? I had no idea this was going on. Well, now we know, right? Now you have some truth, okay? Some truth. Maybe things get so extreme in situations, different situations. So we will look at it. Maybe that's the only way sometimes spirit can get our attention, is by making it so bad that you know you can't go on like that anymore. I know that works for me, Gemini. I was like, no, I'm going to take care of that and solve that now. Because you might have had the hits. You might have had intuition, but you say, oh, no, it couldn't be that. No, people couldn't do that. No, nobody would, why would somebody do that? Just because it's not the way you think doesn't mean other people aren't driven for other reasons. And it has nothing to do with you. And so when they tell you you're not this, or you're not that, you're not, and you should be this, and you should be that, that is not about you. It is about who they are not, who they cannot be, it's about their own inability to be empowered. It really is. Hermit. Okay, now that we have this information, we get to my hand gestures, right? We get to incorporate it into our lives and understand a little bit more. The hermit is a perfect place to be as we heal while we're separated from the world in hermit mode. We get the reflections. So, the thing is, Gemini, and you may already know this, but I've gotten really good at this lately. I take any bad situation that looks bad and I maximize. I take a pile of crap and turn it into gold. That's just what I am going to do with everything now. So I take this time at home and I build 4 websites because I can't do shows because they shut my shows down. Completely no way to work. And plus, a lot of people, I'm just building my YouTube channel, so I don't have readings on a regular basis like everybody else does, which I would love, but we have to be, there's some readers that go and get them right away, but I can't compare myself with other people because there's reasons why spirit puts me in a certain direction. So I don't compare myself with others. I can't, because that is disempowering for me, okay? And somebody else needed to hear that. Here's the thing. Whatever's going on, we're put here for a certain reason. How do we maximize that? How do we get empowerment out of that instead of fear? That's the bottom line. Because nobody will tell me that I'm too sensitive, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. I'm not listening to that crap anymore. Oh, no. Not why they build themselves up by stepping on my face. It's not going to happen. So, and that's about this. Rediscovering my passion. Rediscovering my passion to live, to shine. Okay, to fan my own flame of desire and worthiness. My gosh, Gemini. We need that, don't we? Now the angels and ancestors did pretty good through those cards. Let's see what else they have to say. So my shows are starting again on Friday, and I'm booked for the next 2 months. Yes, I'm so excited. I tell you, on a shoestring, on a shoelace of money, I did it. And we can do it, Gemini. We can do it. We can do anything. We can change it. Broken arrow. Beautiful, beautiful. I got chills. Embrace the energy of peace. See that? We decide that we will not use violence or anger on our neighbor, not those that we've made peace with, and most of all, upon ourselves. We deserve peace in our lives, in our hearts. And we can't have that in our lives, in our soul, in our hearts if we're battling with other people. Have to see beyond. We don't have to do anything, Gemini, but may consider looking beyond the obvious, looking beyond what's being shown to see if that's the truth. In any situation, anywhere somebody's trying to manipulate, that's where the truth needs to be revealed. That's what the North Node in Gemini is all about. These eclipses coming up, Buckle up, Gemini. Yep, because you might be seeing more than most people. But you know what? We might have to allow them to live in that illusion and just drop a little hint here, drop a little hint there. That may be all we can do. Sage, be devoted and committed. As a sage, you were the student and now you're the master. And so people may come to you for information, but don't let them ride your coattails, Gemini. Don't let them take your soul. Don't let them put you down. They all need to be vetted. They need to be screened to see if they're going to take from your energy like vampires or not. That's really important, Gemini. Protect your energy because it's huge. It's huge, Gemini. If this has resonated with you, it's huge. And you're going to be the light in the dark, okay? And you got to hold the light. You can't let anybody put that. And it's going to bring the moths. It's going to bring the moths. No big deal, right? You've been through, if you're feeling this light, you've been through enough. Just be careful. Make sure that those that you choose to teach are worthy of your time. Or those that you choose to be around are worthy of your time. And they're not trying to do the old things that we let the people do to us, like tell us we should be someone else so they can feel better. This is not about them feeling better. It's about you walking your path, okay? Love my Geminis. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. So you can start with let me love you. Anyway, it is about love. It's about when we get our heads like this, then we have to allow it to come through our heart. Your heart knows where the truth is. Your heart is a place to vet it through. Your heart. But okay, we get all worried, okay? Okay, I'm just going to think about this because it's upsetting me. So you calm yourself down because we're the masters of the mind, right? Calm yourself down. You filter through your heart. My heart knows what the truth is. What is the truth? Because there's so many levels of all of these people involved in different situations, whether it's in our families or whether it's on the outside, okay? The Heart Guardian says, you already have this. You understand more than you realize. And you can ask for help from your higher self. And, the higher entity, whether it's your higher power, whether it's God, whether it's the creator or universe, you can ask for help to guide you where the truth is. Please guide me to have peace. Please show me what I need to see. Because if you're having anxiety, it's because it needs to be resolved within you, not on the outside. We go to other people for help, and who are these people? You're probably the wisest person you know, Gemini, as many of us are. I mean, any sign. For ourselves, we're probably the wisest people we know. So, we're going to do a few enchanted map cards. So I don't go in a lot of detail, about exes and about relationships because that's just places to get lost in moments of negativity. I really try to go with the bigger picture in us because it is, for me, it's about that. It's not about personalities and, and people not doing what they're supposed to. What people do, it's really their decision. And if it affects you, then you have a choice. And that's pretty much the bottom line. What are you willing to put up with? It's just simple. And if we keep things simple, then we can see it. But if somebody's pushing our buttons or not being honest with us or however, then we have a choice. Are we going to allow that? Because if we allow that, that's how we get here. And that's just simple. Just keeping it simple will help you be able to stay in your fire. It don't matter if this is a fire and we're air sign. Nobody's going to tell me that Gemini doesn't embrace the fire energy oh, you get us fired up. Oh my gosh. We might as well be an Aries because we're going to do it and we're going to be the first ones. And don't tell me I can't do anything. You know that, Gemini. Don't tell me what to do, Gemini. Right? Okay. All right. So you're stronger than you know is what's coming through here. And you were made this way for a reason, Gemini. You got your gifts. And show them and shine, shine. Don't let anybody tell you what you should be. Dry desert. So this one we're going to read. It's a 31. The subject of your inquiry is barren and can't give you anything right now. No matter how beautiful and seductive the shimmering glow of a mirage, this is an illusion. When the dry desert card is reversed, it is a warning not to be hypnotized into thinking you will achieve your desire. This well is empty. Consider the gift here. Know that while this is not the right place, person, or circumstance for you at the moment, it means that something much better, more fulfilling, and life-sustaining is coming. Celebrate the warning and be grateful. Wow. That is for somebody specific. So, we're going to have to get some cards on that one. Something needs to be left behind, Gemini. It's somewhere wherever this person, it feels like that this is, I don't know if it's a family member, job, way of looking at things. But I don't think you can make whatever this is happy. You can't. It's not. I don't think they'll be able to see your passion. They'll be able to. They can't. That's probably why I keep saying that don't let somebody tell you what to do. It's this party. It's this group. It's whatever it is. It's like that. Look, there's not fairness here. And in your being aside and healing, you know that, but it's like, look where it's taken you, where you. And I don't think there's a place, they're saying you can't change it. You can't change it. It's not the person or place or time. And to stop doing this to yourself. Stop using stop using the arrows on yourself. Make up your mind to break it and not to do this to yourself anymore. And you know this. It's time to integrate your knowledge. Know this. Be the sage. What does your heart say? It's not your heart that's saying, that's afraid. That is your mind. That's irrational mind. That's fear. That's something that's attached to your feelings. Fear is I think, okay, this is just an opinion. More recently, when I start being afraid, it grows a momentum. It's like a fear thought, it attaches. Other things attach to it, and it grows bigger and bigger. That's why if you keep thinking, it just gets this bigger ball that rolls down the hill like a snowball. It's the same thing. It's not all ours. Just like when we think good thoughts, then the angels kind of connect to it and they go, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Well, hey, what about this? Well, the same thing happens with dark energy and negative thoughts. Then the dark energy, the darker energy things attached to it, and they say, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about that? You see how that works? It's all where you want to be. But you can't be negative if you're positive. It's the other side. It's polarized, So it is a choice what side you decide to be on and where you want to stay, and your life will reflect it. It truly will. Okay. Okay, we'll get a couple more cards there for you. Three of Wands, because... Sorry about that. Because Three of Wands is... There are things that you've done good, that you've done well. And so this is waiting for your rewards. Maybe you feel like you've been waiting for a long time. But the card represents right here, right now, that maybe we're waiting in the wrong place, that we put some energy in the wrong place. Maybe all one needs to do is a shift where we're standing. Because they are coming. They're not, they are. But you may not be able to get to them from where you're at. And that's kind of what's coming through anyway, right? So the Emperor, because you're organized and you're very powerful. Very powerful. And you haven't misused your energy. You haven't misused it. But you bought into other people. Maybe the systems. Maybe the systems that they told you would work. And it hasn't worked out that way. So, don't listen to what people tell you should be. You know. If you don't know, then ask your higher self. And you'll get there. Six of Pentacles is there is fairness here, but it must start with you being fair with yourself. This is second one about prosperity and fairness. It's about being our own master and not following the crowd. That's really beautiful. Let's get just a couple more cards for you. For us, right? I can be trusted, yes. So, walking in your integrity now is more important than ever because the universe has swift action and it will come right back to you, Three of Wands. So be careful what you're putting out in those boats because they're coming right back to everyone. And the truth that North Node Gemini is about the truth, Gemini. So it's if this is a challenge for somebody here at this time, this is a warning. It's a warning. To filter it through your heart or to consider, at least consider using the arrows on yourself or someone else. Seriously consider. Okay. Yep, here it is. Move away from a difficult situation. Okay, the healing is needed. It looks like you've done a lot of healing. We've done a lot of healing. Move away from a difficult situation, but I'm hearing a dangerous situation. So take care of yourself, Gemini. Take care of yourself. And let me know if you need a reading. I would love to help. Okay, the link is in the description box. I can turn it around pretty quick right now. So, I love you and happy birthday. You get yourself one of these dollar store awesome crowns or whatever this is. So, and celebrate. Celebrate how wonderful you are, because you are, and how loved you are.